Yeah, it was essential for us to be here today, to show people that we aren't afraid any longer. We're not bowing down. Our souls are not for negotiations. It's a declaration, and we're owning responsibility to things that we need to do to make sure that our generation is well considered, well looked after, and able to achieve their wildest dreams. You know, at the age of 24, I believe Mark is 23, 22, we should be jumping. We should be jumping off the diving boards into our wildest dreams, into the careers that we want to have and the things that we want to do. But things like this make us pause those things and make sure that we can actually help, not being in a situation where we're fathers and uncles and our kids ask us, why don't we do enough? So I'm thankful for Regina for putting this together, but this is just a step. This is not the step, not the final step. This is a step, and we're looking forward to taking the next ones.
First, I want to thank the people that have come before us and have paved this, the ground for us to walk on. 400 years of oppression, no significant civil rights type of laws or legislation has been passed since the 60s. It's now 2020. People are fed up. And I think that this is just an outcome of what happens when you have systemic oppression.
Yes.
But we cannot let hate overcome how we feel right now. I know I'm angry, I'm tired, but I can't stop fighting. I know Markel doesn't want to stop fighting, so we have to find a new way to move forward. And honestly, I believe that way forward is through educating those that we disagree with or that disagree with us. I think a lot of this stems from ignorance and fear. If you're from the middle of, some state and you've never met a black person before, and the first time that you come across one or have seen one was on TV and we're getting arrested, I don't blame you for feeling and having some sort of, differing viewpoint of us than the truth. But I think that it takes us working together to show you that that is not the truth, that what you believe to be true is not the truth. I think this is only the beginning, but honestly, I'm glad to see people out here again. I really am. We cannot let this die out. We cannot let this, this momentum that we have right now stop in a month or so, and this just becomes something that we refer to when the next one happens. This is only the beginning, so we got to get to work.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
On my way over here, I heard attorney Benjamin Crump and the brother of Mr. Floyd on the radio. They were on MSNBC on Al Sharpton's show. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Floyd said he wanted a life for a life. Mm. That would be justice for him, and he wants first-degree murder. Can you guys speak to that a little bit?
So, once I heard the new news that these George Floyd and the officer that had his knee on his throat, they had worked together at a bar previously, I think the circumstances changed, because maybe we can find reason for premeditation that could lead to a first-degree charge. I do not want to be the one here to spew hatred, but I think that if it warrants first degree, then first degree we must see.
I agree.
But is the brother wants, he says his justice is a life for a life. What do you guys think of that?
Look, we are all overcome with anger and hatred right now. I would see why he feels that way. Your brother was just essentially killed and was recorded for the world to see it. I could see why you have that, that anger and that hatred, but we have to allow ourselves to step back and allow reason, and logic to come into play. Am I saying that this is first degree? I don't know. I'm not an attorney. Is it first degree? I don't know. Was it premeditated? I'm not sure. But I think we should go about it. We should find a way. I think that if there's a true conviction, you'll see it in the masses. The people will respond accordingly. If the people don't feel justified, we'll see it.
One more thing. One of the officers, Benjamin Crump, has the body cam. He has the body cameras of the officers. Mm. When the paramedic tested to see if he had a pulse, the officer that was kneeling on his legs said he has no pulse. Should we let him up? And the officer that had the knee on the neck said no. And he kept his knee on that man's neck for an additional 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Would that be considered premeditated? Is that considered, and I know we're not lawyers, But in hindsight, we're able to watch it. Would that be considered intent?
At bare minimum, it's negligence. At bare minimum, I know that that was not the procedure that they went about when they were training these officers.
Exactly.
There's no way that they were training these officers to go about it that way.
Yeah.
So again, we just said it. I'm not a lawyer. You're not a lawyer. We can't speak on that. But there's clear negligence, and someone needs to pay for it.
I appreciate you guys. This is
Of course.
awesome.
Thank you, my brother.
yeah.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We
Thank you,
need
sir.
more brothers like you talking to power, truth to power.
Yeah,
appreciate
well,
it, sir.
it's happening, and I think that as time persists, you'll start to see a lot of young people step up and step out. Because if you feel comfortable, we're here to make you feel uncomfortable.
No, if
That's
you
how it
feel
goes now.
good, if you feel
That's how it goes.
uncomfortable,
Yeah.
honestly, good. That's how we've been feeling for the last 400 years.
It's time to shake the cages.
It's deep rooted.
Yeah.
It's time. It's time for something new.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
gentlemen. Take care.